Today I'm delighted to be able to share with you two Stern Pinball machines, a Pro version and a Premium version of King Kong Myth of Terror Island, which are both available in the UK via Pinball Heaven, who are the UK's largest pinball distributor and the largest stockists of pinball machines in the whole country. So if you need a game and you want it quickly, get in touch, and they have highly likely got it in stock. This is Stern's latest game, and we have three editions available, which is the Pro version you can see here. This is the Premium edition, and there is a limited edition version. What we're going to do in this video, we're going to have a quick talk about the games. I'll explain some of the features, then we'll take a close look. We'll do a Playfield tour. We'll look at some of the artwork on the cabinet before showing you a game on firstly the Pro version and the Premium version. So your Pro version is your entry level game. However, it still has many of the things that you will find on the Premium version. It still has the magnificent LCD screen, and for this game Stern have created their own animations for the game, so slightly different to something like Jaws, which Jaws takes its animations from the movie footage, the classic movie footage, enjoying its 50th anniversary at the moment, Jaws. With this one, because it's a non-IP title, they've created their own animations, and they're really, really good. So when you're in a mode and Kong is in a battle or something, you'll get that animated. Really, really beautifully done. I think they've done a great job with that as well. And of course, it's got bespoke call-outs, which help sort of guide you and talk you through the game. Also, both games, in fact, all Stern games now, if you can just see this light just shining on the apron there, that's a QR code scanner, and that's going to allow you to use Stern's Insider Connected to basically chart your progress through the games, to link up with your friends, and to unlock achievements with all the Stern pinballs. So not only if you're playing one of these games at home, maybe you're on location or you're in an arcade, you can use your code, use your login, scan it on the apron, and it will chart all your progress. Really neat, and it's something I've started to use more and more frequently, particularly, let's go back to that again, particularly on Jaws and James Bond. I've been using that quite a lot on those games. King Kong Myth of Terror Island is the latest game by Keith Elwin, who's just making such an incredible name for himself in pinball. Previous pinball world champion. This is a guy that knows what he's doing on a pinball machine, turned his hand into pinball design, and as probably, we don't know because we will never know the precise figures, but probably the most popular pinball machine of all time was Godzilla, which was designed by Keith Elwin. An absolute triumph of a game. Brilliant game. Still available, by the way. And he's done many numerous games. He did Jaws as well. This is his latest offering, and all I can say is it shoots just as well as any of his other games. I've only played a couple of games on each version so far, but what I can say is that the shots are generous, and what I mean by that is you'll often find some pinball machines are quite hard for the novice. I'm not a brilliant pinball player, far from it. So if a machine is tough and maybe made by an expert player, I can often struggle to make the shots. But don't be fooled, just because these pinball machines have been designed by an expert pinball player doesn't mean that you have to be an expert pinball player to play them. Almost immediately upon firing up the game, I was hitting shots. There's a wonderful flow to this game, which means that the ball is moving up and down the ramps and flowing from one flipper to another. And that's really important because there's a lot of flippers on this game. So not just the two flippers traditionally, which you'd have at the bottom of the pinball machine. There are another two higher up. There's one on the right-hand side here, and there's another one on the left-hand side. And I think almost immediately when you look at this game, you're almost seeing different sections. It's almost compartmentalized, where very much this upper section on the left, which I'll show you in a minute when we take a closer tour, very much seems an individual part of the pinball machine with its own shots. You've very much got a back right section. At the back, there's a really, really great ramp. But even though when you initially look at it, they seem separate. I have to say that they link together and knit together so well, which enables you to hit one shot from the next, which will then go onto a ramp, go onto a wire form, and feed another flipper. It's fun to shoot. It's fast, but not too fast. And the other thing that really impresses me with this game is the amount of space that's been created on a standard size playfield, because this is a standard size playfield, but you can also get pinball machines which are wide bodies, which are slightly bigger, and obviously they create more room on the playfield, which allows for more shots. I think what Keith has done here, he appears to have used every single millimetre of the playfield, and it's at some point been quite ingenious where he's put the general illumination lamps just to create an extra lane on the very edge of the playfield, or an extra diversion, an extra ball path. Because make no mistake about it, this game has a lot of shots on it. And I think that's really, really important, that not only you've got those extra shots, that the playfield, which does look busy because the artwork it's just incredibly detailed. But when you have these shots, it's really important that you're able to hit them. And I think before I'd even learned anything about the game itself, I was hitting shots. I pressed the start button, and immediately the ball was going where I wanted it to go. There's also something quite ingenious about a lot of these modern games, which is certainly the case with this game and a lot of the other games, which are, if you're struggling at the start of the game and you lose your ball early, and I don't just mean a traditional ball save, it will give the ball back to you, and it will allow you as much time as is reasonable to learn the game, so as you don't lose the 3 balls really, really quickly. And I certainly, the second game I ever played on this, I lost the ball almost instantly. Then I lost the ball again, and it still gave it back to me. So you're having all the encouragement you need. But that's not to say that the game is easy. Whilst the shots are makeable, you're not suddenly going to clock this game, because there is a lot of modes. There's a big map which you've got to work your way through, and there's an incredible number of side missions and modes which are probably not even completely coded into the game yet. But that's okay. You don't have to worry about that stuff, because you've purchased this game and you link your machine up to Insider Connected, then it will do all that stuff for you. It will do your updates and all the software stuff. You don't have to worry about that at all. This is, as I say, it's Stern's latest game, its most recent game, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if it turns out to be their best game in 2025. It's been that the spinners have real good feedback to them. They're easy shots to hit. There's a massive gong shot on this particular game. There is an animated King Kong who smashes up a train. The balls go onto diversion. When you hit them, you get a ball lock. The ball locks inside the train carriage at the back of the playfield here. Once you get 3 balls locked inside that train carriage, King Kong smashes the train, loses his temper, and that initiates one of the many multi-balls on here. It really is. It's a fantastic game, and without knowing too much about the theme, it's instantly encouraging you. There's constant prompts on the screen and with the call-outs, which are going to allow you to chart your way through the game. And there's also a couple of sort of surprising secret shots tucked behind a flipper. So if, for instance, you have a flipper up, you can sneak a shot behind there. There's a lot going on with this game, and I suspect it would take anybody who got one of these a long time to master the game and learn all the shots. But I just want to make that point. I think with games like this, you don't have to necessarily master it, because the game is so user-friendly and I think so beginner-friendly. It's going to offer you up enough encouragement that you're going to enjoy playing it, even if you're only scratching the surface, which is absolutely what I was doing. As with all of these games, and not just Stern's, any of the games that you'll find, modern games on Pinball Heaven, you can tailor the difficulty levels to your own specifications and to your own abilities. So as a default, this game will be set on 3-ball. But that's no problem. If you find yourself not achieving as much as you would like each time you play the game, then no problem. Just turn it up to 4-ball or 5-ball. And in the individual modes, whilst I haven't actually looked in depth in the menu system, it's pretty standard for Stern for you to be able to set your difficulty in modes, and they generally have 3 different difficulty levels of easy, medium and hard. So again, if you're finding a particular mode too easy, then you can make that a little harder. But in the same token, if you really wanted to bring all of the modes down, make them a little bit easier, which more or less means you would require less shots to complete the mode, then that will help you progress through the whole game. Very, very customizable, very user-friendly, these games. And, I mean, Stern pretty much have unrivaled reliability as well in terms of the games. There's a lot of components in these pinball machines. There's a lot that can go wrong. And there's a lot that, with a steel silver ball smashing around inside a glass cabinet, they seem to stand up to the rigours of it better than any other manufacturer, Stern, which is why you'll see so many of these games on location. I really like the display on this. Each game has its slightly different art package, although all I would say is we'll take a closer look in a second when we take that camera off the tripod. There's not that much difference between them. I think they both look great. They both have, you know, a similar look in terms of the back glass as well. Slightly different artwork on the cabinets. And again, what you have, you might have noticed here, you just have a slightly larger piece of armour here on the Premium than you do on the Pro. The Premium, the limited edition is slightly different again, because you've got a powder-coated armour, a mirrored back glass. But inherently, the limited edition is the same game as the Premium. If you're looking to get one of these, well, don't decide yet. Watch the video. If you can, I would always advise anybody to try and get out and play one of these games. You can always contact Pinball Heaven and see if you can go and test out any of their games. They have they're based up in Preston, and so there's a lot of games on display there as well. And if you're looking to get one of these, there's numerous different ways you can do it. They have options where you can go and you can part exchange maybe one of your existing pinball machines. There's finance options, or just grab which one you want. But watch this video first, because the Premium is the most expensive of the two and has a lot more bells and whistles. But make no mistake about it, having played both of them, this is still a really good game, and the entry level game. If you think that actually an animated King Kong and a train that gets smashed up on a train track and those sort of ball locks don't really matter that much to you, then this is probably a really, really good version. If you like all the extra stuff, this is they're both really good, and I can't even pretend for a moment I enjoy playing one more than the other. But what you're getting here really is the pinball moments on this game. Right, let's take that camera and have a closer look at the games. So we start with the Pro version. You can see the artwork on the side here is very much Kong in full battle mode. If I had to describe the main differences between the artwork on the two games, it's that the Premium is very much Kong in New York, which hopefully you can see there. And you will also see that on the artwork on the side of the Premium. He's in New York, he's trying to crush a plane. Whereas very much on this game, he's on Terror Island. There's your LCD screen, which is really cool. And something I did notice on this when I was recording a separate video, if I press this here, look at the choices of play. Standard play, you could do team play, 2 versus 1, 3 versus 1, 2 versus 2, co-op. This is really good. Really, really good. I think this is a step forward for pinball, it has to be said. I'll let you explore what exactly that means, but you know, if you had somebody who was much better than 2 players who were weaker players, the 2 of you can play against a good player. Or maybe there's just 2 of you want to team up to try and complete the game. This is really good stuff. here's the playfield. As you'll see, it's so busy. There's so much going on this playfield. This was the little sneaky shot that I was referring to earlier, just behind there. But the flipper doesn't need to be up for you to hit it. That's the extra ball shot there. But really good shot. As I mentioned earlier, every inch of the playfield is being used. You can see how tight this shot is up to the side there. Normally there'd be a bank of general illumination lights along there. They've actually lit it in different ways. It's very, very creative what Stern have done with this game. So the first thing you'll notice in terms of the difference between the two games, so let's just go through it here. You'll see right here, if you look, there is no spider on this section. There are 3 targets, no spider. You go over here, the same section, there's your spider. And he sort of moves up and down as well when you hit it, when you're in that mode. There's an insect multi-ball. The next thing you'll probably notice in terms of the games, in fact, I'll show you them all at once, then we'll show you the comparison. There's the plane, which you'll notice that's going to be different to the plane you're about to see on the premium version. You have Kong himself, who looks exactly the same, but it's important to know this one doesn't move. He's not animated. And you have a picture of a train in front of him, a train wreck, whereas you actually have the actual train. Watch out for that in a moment when I move the camera. And then this shot here, again, you have a picture of this gong, this symbol, and then it's sort of underneath this stone structure there. So we'll move over to the other game now, so as you can see the difference. So first of all, there's the plane. You see it's just more of a better, more sculpted 3D model. He will look the same, as far as you're concerned, but that's because he's not moving. During the game, he will move. Then you have the actual train, and the balls will move along this train track and get locked inside the ball. Then you have what is a real shot past, which you have to hit the ball past there. Those are the main differences. You also have on the premium, you have a metal apron, some slightly different artwork. I'll have to put that card back in there in a moment. Whereas on this game, on the Pro version, you have the plastic apron. Now, from Pinball Heaven, you can get additional parts if you would like to customise this game. So, for instance, you can get art blades or mirror blades, which go on the inside, which just stop that. You see the blank black part of the cabinet here. That will just create a picture. Maybe it's of Terror Island or the New York skyline or something like that. You can actually see, if we look up on this back glass here, you can see there he is. That's very much the New York skyline there that Kong is on. You can see it also if you look at the side artwork on the back box of this premium here. As you see, it's a majestic game, and the shot I was referring to earlier was the shot of this flipper here, which goes up, if you see it, that ramp over there, just pops up there. You'll see there's also a spinner here, and there's a spinner here as well. So going through that loop is hitting a couple of spinners, which again, that's really good. There's a great bit of innovation on this game, which you can see on this game. You can't see it on the other because the train is in the way. The ball loops back on here and gets a kickback. So you'll hit the ball up there, and the idea is that Kong chucks the ball back at you, which again is really neat. Here's the other upper flipper, just on here. This shot here is wonderful. This shot up this upper ramp, absolutely satisfying. Really, really great shot. So that's the difference mainly between the two games. I think what now you need to see is a little bit of gameplay. So we'll start with the Pro, which is the entry level game here, available from Pinball Heaven. They've actually got these in stock now, so if you want to get one, then have a look at the link underneath the description and you can click onto the website. Right, I'll press the start button. I've not quite fully learnt the skill shot. I've read the instruction card, and what I'm going to be attempting to do here, how successful it'll be I don't know, is you've got the Kong targets, which are just on the left-hand side, which are sort of hittable, I think, certainly from both flippers, but that upper left flipper, that's going to allow me to open the ball lock, which I'll then hit the centre ramp, which is right at the back of the game in the very middle, to lock the balls. That's going to be what I'm aiming for in this game. We'll see how that goes. The best laid plans and everything. The glass is off, so you're going to get the sound of the flippers and the mechanism a lot more strongly than you normally would if the glass was on, but you're just going to get a better view of it like this, even if the sound is not going to be quite so good. Just love that loop there. Some of the animations, they've done a great job with this game. So I've started a scene there by hitting that gong. I don't understand fully, but I'll go with this Stegosaurus encounter. I'm going to hit, there's a button in the middle of the lock bar. I'll hit that.
Stegosaurus encounter.
Love that. I know I've said it already, but I do love that shot. And you can see there's really great flow on this game. Even though oh, that's my fault. I lost the bait. Even though I don't know the game yet, very much the lights on the playfield are telling me what to hit. Very dramatic music as well. I think maybe when we look at the premium, we'll film the premium from a slightly different angle, maybe, just to give you a separate view of it. But it's very important for you to see, particularly the in lanes and the out lanes here, which cross over, and they're a little bit different to what you might expect because they're in reverse, a bit like a Fathom machine, which I've also got in this room. Okay, ball 2. Very generously gave me the ball back there. So that's 3 of the targets that are down. Oh, I was close then. No, couldn't quite manage it. Oh, I mean, I've lost a ball there. That's... I have actually worked out if you give it a little nudge, you can actually sneak it through here. Not quite as easily as you can on Jaws, but it can be done. Okay, I need to start playing here, really. This is quite poor. That was an accidental skill shot, if I'm honest. What I would say is, even though I'm not playing particularly well, it's no reflection of the game. The shots on here are incredible. So I've got a multi-ball here. Wasn't the multi-ball I was going for, but we'll take it. That's a shame to lose that one there. Oh, it's giving it to me back. Hopefully it'll give me the other one back as well. Yes, it's very generous. Just such great flow, such great shots. Oh dear, dear. So I was actually able to, I don't know if you can see, I've actually got that ball. I did have the ball trapped up on the upper flipper. I did. So I thought I was going to be able to utilise that. Oh no! I should have had faith and used the centre post there to help me with that drain. That's a pretty poor score, it has to be said.
High score.
Well, I'm not going to put my initials in on there, but cause I think that would be. I don't think it deserves it, really. but I got two-legged lizard multi-ball champion, which was the multi-ball that I got there. Let's give you a closer look. Let's show you the premium now, and you'll see the difference between the two. But they both shoot equally well. It's just the premium, which we're going to go and look at now over there, has more toys and more pinball moments. Now, we are going to film this from a slightly different angle, but throughout this video earlier on, you'll have seen close-ups of the gorilla, which is King Kong, the gong, the train. You'll have seen all that stuff earlier when we featured it at the start of the video. So this is just really to get an idea of the gameplay. So I need to put a credit on there. There you go. You can actually set the game to free play. All I did then was open up the coin door and put a few credits on there. Okay. Oh. I mean, I probably could stop hitting that shot if I wanted to. There you go, I stopped it then. I could have carried on hitting that shot all day. It's very hittable. And hopefully you can see, we've got the sneak in there that Kong was moving around at the back of the playfield. You can see we've got a Kong letter collected. You need to collect all these King Kongs, I think to battle T-Rex, I think it said. And here we actually have scene lit on that gong shot there. There's not an awful lot else lit, apart from we have the orbit there, which I've just gone for. Oh, I wasn't quite ready for it. It pings it back at you, that one. See if it does it again. Oh, okay, I got it a bit better that time. Oh, I was trying to backhand that gong shot then, which it wouldn't let me do. It's just lovely. That's a really, really enjoyable shot. This game is just fun to shoot. Really fun to shoot. Carefully. So I've got one ball locked at the back there. You can see it's locked inside the train. Really cool. Really, really cool. Oh, that was nearly. There you go. There's another ball locked inside the train. The animation's great. Hopefully you can see that on the screen up there. It's Kong. He's impatient. I think he wants me to get a multi-ball more than I do. Oh, that was close. I got it. I got it. I got the multi-ball. Right, there you go. So Kong's allowed that ball to go through. Ball 3 locked. This is a really cool game. I feel more, as enthusiastic about this game as any game that I've had here in recent times. This game, I'd imagine if you're a good player, you're going to be loving this game. But you know, for somebody who's not a brilliant player like myself, it's very forgiving, very, very forgiving indeed. Oh. So used to playing Jaws there, I was trying to shake the ball back into play. I thought that was cool. That was thoroughly enjoyable, and that's really the point, isn't it? We all like multi-ball, you know, but it's got to be enjoyable, right? It's just a very, very enjoyable game. Oh, I don't know what to hit now. I think I might have to try and hit this spider. I'm about to manage it. There you go. There you go. Got it then. That's a great shot there on that left-hand side there. Okay, I mean, I just don't know how Keith Elwin, who's designed this game, comes up with so many ball paths all the time. It's quite incredible. But when I first started playing this game, I thought it was on a par with what I think is his best shooting game, which is Avengers Infinity Quest, which is a very forgiving shooter with some really enjoyable shots, but the rules are quite complex. I think this might even be a better shooter than that, actually. It's quite incredible. Double scoring. I was going to say, this is where I lose the ball. Nothing is guaranteed to make me lose the ball quite like the pinball machine shouting double scoring at me. Okay. Giant spider multi-ball. Oh. I mean, this is not a good score, not by any stretch, but it is so enjoyable. Oh, I just not learning. I didn't know that ball was going to come round then there. Island lock. I think that's a new one on me. Island scene will be a two-ball multi-ball. Stage fright. That's a very good animation. I'm just very impressed with this game. Oh, that's a shame. Oh no, I let it bounce and it didn't. That was my own fault. I tried to be smart and do a bounce pass, but the ball was too high up the flipper for it to work, so it just rolled down the flipper. That's incredible. I don't think I've said this too many times on these videos. You'd have to go back and check. But I'm going to stop recording now.
Great score.
And I'm just going to carry on playing this game because I think it's absolutely brilliant. King Kong, Myth of Terror Islands. The truth of the matter is, I think you'd have just as much fun on the Pro as you would the Premium there. I love the Premium. It's got the extra bits on it, but obviously it is more expensive. But overall, a fantastic game. An absolutely fantastic game. Yeah, I'm going to play some more. Check the link below. Available at Pinball Heaven, the UK's largest pinball distributor. And give them a call. Maybe they've got one you can go and play.